Welcome back to the Industrial Garden video by Centre for E-Learning and Teaching Polytechnic Malaysia. Guiding is not simply telling people to go to the right or to the left. It is a lot more of it. Come join me with the topic today, presenting tour commentary. And together with me today is Puan Intan Farhana Dato Hussein. How are you, Puan?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay,
thanks for coming today.
Yeah, thank you for having your time to share some information about tour commentary with our viewers. Maybe you can introduce yourself.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'm Intan. I've been in the industry for the past 15 years, more than 15 years. I'm running my own travel agency. At the same time, I'm also the elected honorary secretary for MATA Kuala Lumpur chapter. MATA is the biggest and the national association of tour and travel agencies. So that's a brief about myself.
Okay, what types of tour commentary that travel agents normally use?
Okay, when we talk about guiding, we are taking our tourists around the cities, or even if we go outside of the country. When we are as a tourist, we expect somebody will tell us a story. That is when we need tour guiding. Tour guiding definitely will involve two elements. Either live commentary tour guiding or pre-recorded tour guiding.
So what are the advantage of using the tour guide headset system? Normally people will use it, and then when they go somewhere, and then they can listen to the informations and the informations about the places or the countries.
Okay, when we arrive at certain places, we need to know what is that place is offering us. What is the information behind it? What is the story behind it? Okay, pre-recorded information is usually about the fixed information that they have to that places. For example, they are giving information about the history, about the cultures, about the people behind certain events of that place. It is recorded either in one language or it can be multi-language. The reason why we have multi-language, because we can cater that pre-recorded commentary to all races, to all nations, because tourists is comes from everywhere, not a local people only.
How's about live tour commentary when it's involved many people, maybe in a group of 50 or more?
Okay, if the group of people, a group of tourists is more than, let's say, more than 15 people, normally the tour guide, the leader of the group, will have to use a system where they can use a pre-recorded guiding, or they can use the live microphone, where the members of the group will have to use the same
headset,
headset, so that they can hear without the guide have to shout or have to gather at a certain place. I mean, they can give commentary while they are walking without even have to stop.
Yeah, there's no interruptions,
Yes,
and
no
it will be more appropriate. What do you think about the wide usage of the pre-recorded audio guide?
Okay, the audio guide will be very useful if you have a group of tourists which come from different countries, not your actual language. Then they can switch on to their multi-language. And also it will be very useful if you have a group or your event is the one that have certain protocol that to be followed. So you have to have that pre-recorded audio.
On the duties and the responsibilities of the tour guide in presenting the tour commentary, what is the must or the do's and the don'ts?
Okay, first of all, the tour guide is the one who gives first-hand information, meaning that the tourists will have so many questions to ask, and they only have the chance to ask to tour guide instead of the product owner of certain places. So because of that, information is very vital. Tour guide must do their research, beforehand, before the groups comes and before the tour started. So the tour guide must have knowledge, basic knowledge of everything. He must have knowledge and also a courage, beforehand to do the research. That's about the live commentary.
How's about the importance of the tour guide knowing what is the restriction to certain races or religions? Like for us Muslim, we can't go to this certain place because of the foods that served is not halal. So the importance of that in that aspect.
Okay, he must the tour guide must be very sensitive. Sensitive in the sense that he must know the needs of his groups. So that's why the importance of research. Before he be given the assignment to do guiding, he must be given information about his group. So for example, the group consists of elderly people, aged between such and such. So he must know the needs of this group of people, or certain religious group. Where they have a specific requirement to go to their places of worships. So information and sensitive. So tour guide must have that, and also he must be jovial person. He cannot be very strict person. Then the tourists will not like him if he's very strict. He must be can make fun, some jokes, with
can
the
mix around with the
and
group
mix around
as
with
well.
people,
Yeah, and be respectful.
of course.
Yeah. Okay. What are the other aspect that is important of the guiding technique? Besides of they have to aware of the groups. I mean, we have to be sensitive. They have to be respectful. They have to be well knowledge. What other things that is important?
They must know the facts about that particular places. The facts can involve geographical facts or historical facts. Map reading is very important. You must know the knowledge. You must know about that place that you bring the tourists. You cannot jump into your own conclusion when you're giving talk or you're giving guiding to the tourists. Even though it's you think the people doesn't know, they may do their own research before. So again, I emphasize on facts, research, and sensitive. And also some of your group members or your tourists in your group, they may have a certain requirement, and you as a tour guide, you need to be very accommodating. Every tourist, they have certain requirements, certain things that they want to do or they cannot do. So first, before you start your tour, ask everybody, is there anybody here who cannot go to this place or who have health issues? If you're climbing, let's say you have
extreme activities.
Yes, extreme activities. The suitability of activities and places to your groups.
In terms of the effectiveness of the tour guide, what are the qualities required?
The effectiveness of tour guide.
To be an effective tour guide.
Okay. Come back to the guiding technique that you asked before. First, he must be sensitive to the issue, and also he must have facts, current facts, historical facts, and then very accommodating to the needs of the tourists. So if you combine all this, you can be a very effective one.
So any advice or tips for our students out there who are actually studying and take this course, or maybe very interested to involve in the tourism industry in the future? So is there any advice that you would like to share with them?
Okay, first of all, the tourism industry is very wide. It's not only local tourism, it involves many products, many elements to certain products. Don't just limit yourself into domestic tourism. Try to figure out, try to involve into overseas market, And if you do, because in tourism we define as inbound and outbound. So inbound is where the people from overseas coming here to Malaysia. Outbound is where we go outside. So don't just limit yourself, go explore both activities, inbound and outbound.
Then you can widen your opportunities
Yes,
and
of
chances,
course.
and also your career development in this industry.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Puan Intan, for the knowledge sharing, and we really appreciate your time and your informations about this tour commentary. I hope with this, students have clearer view of what the roles of tour guides and the tour commentary is all about. Tour guide plays an important role in building a good image in any destination, as well as tourism industry as a whole. Thank you again for watching the industrial guidance video by Center for E-Learning and Teaching, Polytechnic Malaysia. Have a nice day ahead.